السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لأهله والصلاة على أهلها أما بعد. Dear brothers and sisters, a few days ago when I was invited by Brother Bilal for this event, it was a very pleasant surprise for me that in this city of Chicago there is a center which is apparently founded and run by those who follow the faith and the thought of Ahlul Sunnah. In this day and age, they want to organize an event to honor and to remember Imam Hussain. They want to have an event about message of Karbala. Believe me, you can't hear me? I was avoiding to just be from being too loud, but meaning that's fine. If you like me, then I can shout. So it was a very pleasant surprise. I asked him a few questions and he agreed with me on any condition which I would put in front of him. And I was saying that no, I will just come and participate, but I will not speak. Let Professor Inamul Haq and Maulana Abdullah Yusuf speak. We are speaking in the entire month of Muharram and Safar until 8th of Rabiul Awwal, and I'm not really short of any time or any opportunity to speak about Imam Hussain. I speak about Imam Hussain almost every day of the year. So for me, it's more important that you are holding such a beautiful event. And we want to support it, we want to attend, and we want to listen. But then he insisted and he agreed that he will give me 20 minutes. Yes. But I don't want to do any dhulm in the haqq of my next speaker. And then there is a time of adhan also. My brothers and sisters, when it comes to Imam Hussain, we shouldn't divide Imam Hussain into Shi'i or Sunni community. Imam Hussain, like his father, like his mother, like his grandfather, is a shared pride of entire Ummah. Imam Hussain belongs to this entire Ummah of Islam. And matter of fact, he is pride of this Ummah. Imam Hussain is a source of inspiration. He is a source of motivation. Imam Hussain is someone that all freedom fighters look upon him. When people fight for their rights, when they fight for their legacy or their honor or dignity, then they always claim that they are on the path of Hussain. Particularly when they are short in numbers, when they don't have many resources at hand, then everyone says and chants the name of Imam Hussain and brings the examples of Imam Hussain. We just heard from our Ustaza who recited Quran very beautifully, and she referred to Gaza as the modern day Karbala of Gaza. Our hearts are bleeding for Gaza. Believe me, our hearts are bleeding. We can't sleep. We can't eat. We can't celebrate from the last 9 or 10 months for the people of Gaza and what is happening in Gaza. And truly Gaza is one of the very big sufferings of our history and our modern times. But still, there is no comparison between this Gaza, between this Karbala, and between the Karbala of Hussain. Reason: today Gaza is being attacked by Jews. Muslims are being massacred by non-Muslims. And these are not only Jews, but mainly they are Zionists. Zionist Jews are attacking and killing Muslims. But in Karbala of Hussain, those were not Jews. Those were not Christians. Those were not Hindus. Those were the people who were claiming that they are Muslims. And their claim was that Hussain is out of Islam and they are true Muslims. They were calling Hussain Khariji. When Hussain asked them that, hold on just for a few minutes, the time of Lord has come in, let us pray. I beg you for a few minutes to stop this war so that we can pray. And they say the prayer of Hussain is not accepted. Why he has to pray? He is a Khariji. He has nothing to do with Islam. So my brothers and sisters, there is no comparison between this Gaza and Karbala. We never cry for Badr. We never cry for Uhud. We never cry for Khaybar and Khandaq. We never cry for any of those Muslim battles and Muslim wars. We stand tall and we say we presented Shahadat. Islam had given Hamza. Islam had given Jafar al-Tayyar. Islam had given so many Shahada in battles of Badr and Uhud and Khaybar and Khandaq and everything. And we don't shed a tear. But the story of Karbala is different, my brothers and sisters. It makes us to cry. It makes us to cry that these were the so-called Muslims who slaughtered the grandson of their own prophet while they were saying, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadun Rasulullah. And they were calling azan and they were praying. So Karbala is totally a different event. It's a different story. My brothers and sisters, Karbala is one of the greatest resources for Muslim Ummah. For Muslim Ummah, Hussain is pride of Ummah. And the story of Karbala, it has two sides. Like every story has two sides. The story of Karbala has also two sides. One, Nurani, Malakuti, Ruhani, spiritual, beautiful, Ashiqana. And the other side is very ugly. Very ugly. So when you look at the story of Karbala and look at from the side of Imam Hussain, what Hussain did in Karbala, then Karbala is a center of noor and light. And we are proud for Karbala. We are proud to stand with Hussain. We are proud to say we are with Hussain, we are Karbalai. We are in the tent of Hussain and we are in the camp of Hussain. And we take pride, we stand tall when we say we are people of Hussain. But the other side is very ugly. The brutality, the killing, all the crimes committed against the family of Prophet by those so-called Muslims. That is very ugly story. And that is why it is a fuss from the day first. That those who made this blunder, they determined that this story should be covered up. It should be covered. Nobody should talk about Karbala. Nobody should talk about Imam Hussain. Nobody should go out and tell people what happened in Karbala because it was a blunder. It's an ugly story. It exposes our brutality, our corruption. And from that beginning, if you see, the governments and their media make the narratives. So the governments, they hired their clergy, so-called ulama, scholars, muftis, writers, speakers, to come up and build a narration. Don't talk about Karbala. Yes, Karbala was something, it shouldn't have happened, it was bad, but don't talk about it. Bury it. Bury it in the sand of Karbala. Nobody should know about it. And that narrative, which was built by those corrupt governments, was promoted by scholars and muftis and maulanas and ulama and media. And then what happened? Today, even today, after 1400 years, if you want to go in street, if you want to organize an event of Karbala, you want to talk about Imam Hussain, there is a riot in the city. There is what you call so much hurdles, so much problems. People will not allow that you can pass from my street or you can have this event of Hussain in our intersection or in our street. Why are you afraid? What is wrong with you? You should come and join us or have the courage to go in the other camp. So people are divided into two tents, either the tent of Hussain or the tent of Yazid. So have the courage of either going in the tent of Yazid or coming in the tent of Hussain. We don't have a third tent. But this has become an issue. And from hundreds of years we are struggling with it. I conclude here because I didn't even look at my presentation. But my brothers and sisters, Karbala is a hope. Karbala is a source of inspiration. Imam Hussain is the best role model for freedom fighters. Today, wherever, even non-Muslims, in India, the Gandhi, he chanted the name of Imam Hussain. Nelson Mandela, when he was fighting for his country and for his rights, he brought the name of Imam Hussain and his struggle in Karbala. Non-Muslims are looking at the example of Imam Hussain and respecting to the sacrifice given by Imam Hussain. Imam Hussain wanted to save that foundation of Khilafat, that institution of Khilafat, which was founded by the companions of Prophet. There are two formulas or two thoughts about this institution of Khilafat. The Shi'i one is different one. I'm not going to talk about that in this time. But the version of Khilafat by Ahlul Sunnah was now in danger. Khilafat was now changing into Mulukiyat, the kingdom. The father had appointed his son to be his successor. And the people in Medina, people in Makkah, people in Kufa, people in Basra, people in entire Muslim land, they didn't like the idea. The father of Yazid started seeking bay'at from everyone 5 years before his death. When people didn't agree, he forced them. He bribed them. And he used everything by hook or crook. He made everyone to go down in his front of his son Yazid and make bay'at to Yazid. Son of Umar Khattab, Abdullah bin Umar. The son of Zubair, Abdullah bin Zubair. Son of Ali, Hussain ibn Ali. These were some of the people. These were the most distinguished people of their time. They opposed. They said, no, we are not going to do this. This is going to destroy this institution of Khilafat. Khilafat will turn into Mulukiyat, the kingship. But he forced. It's a blackout of history. Ulama don't talk about it. In those 4 or 5 years, gentlemen visited Medina, Makkah, over and over and over and over, and his governors, they made people to do bay'at to Yazid. When father passed away, son was out hunting somewhere. So he was notified that your father passed away, and now you have to come and sit in his chair. So he comes and he goes on the grave of his father to pray Salatul Mayyit, Salatul Janazah. He didn't participate in the funeral of his father. He writes a letter to different cities, different governors to go and make the bay'at. So, this institution of Khilafat was at danger. Hussain stood up, and Hussain made his point. He went from Medina to Makkah, from Makkah to Iraq. Unfortunately, people were so afraid. People were so cowed. People, either they were bribed or they were threatened, that they didn't support Hussain ibn Ali. In Karbala, Hussain ibn Ali was surrounded. For 3 days, they banned the water on the family of Prophet. The children of Prophet were without water for almost 3 days. And then finally, they were brutally killed. They even snatched the clothing of Imam Hussain after his martyrdom. And then they made horses run on his body, and they trampled his body. And then they entered in the tents, and they robbed the ladies and children. And these are the granddaughters of Prophet. This is the family of Prophet. And then they captured them as prisoners of war, and they paraded them in Kufa and Sham and took them as prisoners. Who were these? Granddaughters of Prophet. Muslims were so afraid, so quiet, that they couldn't do anything. As today, what Muslims are doing for Gaza, keeping quiet, doing nothing, looking to their leaders, and leaders are all compromised. Leaders are all compromised. In the entire Muslim world, all Muslim leadership is compromised. Only those people that who cry for Hussain, who beat their chests for Hussain, those who wear the black, whether they are in Iran, whether they are in Iraq, whether they are in Yemen, whether they are in Lebanon, they are standing with the Mujahideen of Gaza. Their governments, their leadership, their resources are all dedicated. Yes, they don't have much at their disposal, but whatever they have, they are providing. They are providing. And they are standing with Gaza. So these are the people of Hussain. Hussain has inspired them that if you believe in me, if you follow me, if you love Hussain, you have to stand with the people of Palestine. You have to stand with every Mazloom. You have to stand with every oppressed one. And this is what is happening, my brothers and sisters over there. So this is one of the benefits, one of the barakat, but we are still receiving from the Karbala. Karbala is still coming to help. Karbala is still coming to rescue. Karbala is still there to inspire. Karbala is still there to come and rescue and help. May Allah bless you all. And I'm very much impressed by this institution, by the way, Dr. Chaudhary, wonderful job. Very unique institution. May Allah bless you and may Allah bless your team.
Takbir.